impart some VTubing advice. Don't buy a model. When you're first starting out, don't buy a model. Buy like a PNG or like make your own. There's plenty of free PNGs and free VTuber models out there that you can get, or even like really cheap ones that you can get. Just get them. Start streaming. See if you like it. If you're an artist, like make your own. There's plenty of free programs that you can use. There's there's 2 programs for PNG-tubers. The one I recommend is vtube. If you're going to be starting streaming. If you want to be like a VTuber, start as a PNG-tuber and use vtube. The other one that I would recommend is if you want to go into maybe being a little bit more fancier with your PNG, I would recommend VTuber, PNG-tuber Plus. It's on it's on itch.io. Is it free? It does look like it is free. You can always, of course, like, give tips to the creator. It basically kind of works a little bit as you have to separate it up a little bit like a VTuber. So if you want to start working into doing VTuber models, I think this could help teach you how to separate things up for moving into creating a VTuber model if you're an artist and you want to create your own model. But this is really good if you want to do it. Yeah, add any PNG image you like. Use sprite sheets to have animated sprites. So it's basically kind of working a little bit like how pixel stuff, or how like pixel art kind of style does with the animated sprites. So I think that that's really good. And just have fun, and you can support them on Ko-Fi. So definitely support them in what they're creating, because this looks really, really great. That's what I would recommend that you start out with. Is go from PNG-tuber, and then if you want to still continue with being a PNG-tuber, you can do PNG-tuber Plus. And then, like, let's say, like, you get enough money, like, you save up enough money, then you can start thinking of actually making a full model. Or if you are going to make a full model, or if you're having somebody make your full model. Now, a lot of the times in the indie scene, it is going to cost a pretty penny, but that's just because you're paying for the person's experience, you're paying for the amount of separations that it takes, and all the hours that it takes. Like, me redrawing my 2.0 is not going to take as long as if I had started from scratch. If I started from scratch, that's going to take me, I think it took me, for my 2.0, with how it is currently, about 60 or maybe about 80 hours. Probably more along the lines of 60 hours to just make it to what it is, because I had to scrap a bunch of stuff. I had to like redo stuff and redraw stuff. I had to recolor things. Probably spent about 60 hours working on that. For the redraw, might only maybe take me 10-20 hours, and the reason being is because I'm redrawing it from already an established source. So that's why a lot of VTubers usually cost a lot, because you're paying for that and the artist's time, of course. And then it also depends on how much time that they have available to be able to draw your stuff. So that's why sometimes it can take many months. If I had nothing to do on my plate, I could probably make a VTuber model in like a month or 2. If I had nothing else on my plate except making that model, I would get it done in a month or 2. But if I'm having like other stuff that I'm working on, it's going to take way longer. So that's also another advice. And if you're, and also don't be disrespectful of artists in the VTubing sphere. You do that, you're going to get shunned, because artists really make up the VTubing. Like, without artists, VTubers wouldn't exist. So take due diligence of that. Take extreme due diligence of that.